Announcer Guy here for Shawn and Kevin, world travelers who occasionally go to places you haven't been. In this episode, the boys are in a faraway land. So settle in and welcome to Travel by Numbers.
I started running for a couple of reasons. I moved to a new area to live, and I knew that I wanted to be active, but also to get to know people. So I joined our local running store. It's called The Running Room. It's been in Canada for a number of years, and I took a marathon clinic, and that was a way to be active and to get to know people. My first triathlon sprint, I think it was back in 2007. I joined a local club for triathletes, which really helped me to be more invested in the sport, but also to be a collective member of a club, of an organization that was like-minded, was focused, and appreciated the triathlon sport. And it really gave me a sense of a collectiveness bigger than myself. And I got to know people, and I got to train with some inspiring coaches, and there's fantastic people that I train with. So I finished a half-Ironman, which gave me the confidence to really reach for my next dream, was to complete a full Ironman. So my first half was the Muskoka half Ironman, and I was instantly hooked. I was training with a lot of great people then. That's probably my most difficult half Ironman courses, because I really didn't know what I got myself into.
More in Cozumel, but first we have to get there.
Veuillez repérer la sortie de secours se trouvant le plus près de vous ainsi que la plus proche alternative.
Along a white sand beach on the Caribbean Sea, this casual, all-inclusive resort is 4 kilometers from the water slides at Playa Mia Grand Beach Park and 20 kilometers from Cozumel International Airport. Laid-back rooms offer Wi-Fi, flat screens and safes, plus mini bars and coffee makers. All feature balconies or terraces. Upgraded rooms have sea views. Suites add separate living areas, kitchenettes, and or outdoor pools. This beach bar served mezcal margaritas, a special treat for us because mezcal is illegal in Canada. Meals and drinks included are served in 4 restaurants and 4 bars. There's also an outdoor pool and a dive center, as well as a spa and tennis. This resort is the furthest away from downtown Cozumel, so if you don't have a vehicle, you'll be hit with some fairly expensive cab rides to and from the resort. But here in 2010, the Iberostar was the host hotel for the Ironman race. Always check what the host hotel is offering, as many of the perks are athlete-friendly.
Yeah, I think racing all over the world, what I come away with is that a triathlete is a triathlete. It doesn't matter where you live. We all are reaching for the same goal. We basically train the same. We have the same mentality. So it's interesting how racing all over the world can be the same as training an hour away or doing a race an hour away from your home. We all had the same spirit. So training up for my first Ironman, so that was back in 2010. That was the Ironman Cozumel. And the training program that I did was offline. It was online. It was called TriFuel. And today I still use the program. It's a 30 weeks intensive full Ironman program. And now, so my first Ironman, I was very particular. I think I missed a few workouts, but I was pretty much by the book. I lost a lot of weight. but I was definitely feeling exhausted towards the end of that program. To be successful in finishing the race, I knew I had it once I was off the bike. So the swim is always for me. I get very anxious in the swim because there's too many things that could go wrong. I usually swim on the outside to give myself some breath and some space.
Go, Shawn! Woo!
The bike portion can be somewhat dangerous because it's the unpredictability. But once you're off that bike, for me, I always know when I am off that bike, I can walk the marathon. If I had to, I can walk it. Usually towards the end, I usually walk it anyways. And I think to be successful in a race is just to have a really good mindset right off the hop. As soon as you get a negative thought, turn that into a positive thought. Like, I know it sounds kind of cliche, but it does work. As soon as you get a negative thought, you just turn it into something positive. It could be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can do it. And just say it's one day. It's only one day. You've done the training. Just believe in your training. Cozumel was my first Ironman. It presented a number of challenges. I wasn't prepared for the humidity, and I wasn't prepared for the total exhaustion. The swim portion of Cozumel was absolutely spectacular. The bike course, I've heard a lot about the winds, crosswinds on the, I think it was on the north side of the island. No, I didn't really experience a lot of the wind. But what I wasn't prepared for was in the evening when I was doing my run, how humid it was. I just couldn't get enough water. So if I was going to do that over again, I would probably start to hydrate better on the bike.
You're doing good, Shawn.
My advice to someone thinking about working towards completing an Ironman is just to take the very small step. It could be if you've been running for a while and you want to switch it up, maybe, just start to swim. Just start to swim, or even go to a race. I would probably just go to a race. Go to a sprint race in your local area, and then see what the spirit's all about. And then what I would strongly recommend is to join a triathlon club. And I'm sure in your area there is a triathlon club. And I think what I would do is talk to people, go on their website, take a clinic, do small steps, because those small steps can add up to a huge race and lots of memories. And I know the triathlon will be in my life probably for a very long time. It's just a good way of being. Yeah, and so nothing's impossible.
Chinita por mis
If you enjoyed today's episode, please click the like button. And by subscribing and turning notifications on, you'll help us create new content. Thanks for watching. And remember, experiences, not things.
¡Eso! ¡Señor!